The man never expected that he merely wanted to carry out a simple act of revenge, yet his few level negative 9,999 subordinates went ahead and filled in the blanks on their own, coming up with a plan that could overturn the entire Elven Kingdom. They directly summoned a giant tower, created from decoding the core of the strongest labyrinth, with the surroundings swarming with level negative 1,000 magic wolves, and the first floor guarded by a legendary red dragon. After briefly explaining the overall layout, Ailey brought the protagonist to the top floor of the tower. A throne had been prepared here, so she could give a much more complete explanation of the revenge plan. At the start, the man only wanted to use Sasha's political marriage with the royal family as the reason for his revenge, but Ailey felt that was far too cheap for the other side, so she slightly modified the plan. She heard that the Elven Kingdom's strongest force, the White Knight Order, was composed entirely of elites over level 2000. They were perfect for testing their own strength, and on top of that, capturing them could yield intel about the Dominator, and without the White Knight Order, the Elven Kingdom would be nothing to fear. Of course, Ailey also considered the protagonist's identity as a human adventurer. During the operation, she would create a clone to perform the actual tasks, while the protagonist only needed to sit in the giant tower and enjoy the show. Meanwhile, the main players in this revenge act finally made their entrance. Sasha had hired 2 level negative 300 adventurers to try entering the giant tower, but after seeing the level negative 1,000 magic wolves, none of them dared to fight, and could only quietly sneak around. They thought that would let them enter the tower, but when the legendary red dragon appeared, all 3 of them froze. A monster of that level could only be handled by the White Knight Order, and just like that, everything progressed exactly according to Ailey's plan. Sasha had no choice but to return and request help from the White Knight Order. It ultimately turned into the strongest force of the Abyss against the strongest force of the Elven Kingdom. She believed such a warm-up performance would definitely make the protagonist happy. On the other side, Sasha found the White Knight Order and relayed everything she had seen, hearing that a dragon, a calamity capable of destroying a nation, had appeared. The captain had no choice but to mobilize. Sasha originally wanted to guide them, but with her mere level 500, she would only be a burden. Fortunately, she borrowed her family's treasured artifact from her father, and finally earned the qualification to accompany the group. Thus, with Sasha leading the way, the White Knight Order reached the giant tower, without encountering any battles along the way. They assumed this meant they would not be detected, but little did they know, every move they made was being monitored by the protagonist. Based on Sasha's intel, there were 5 magic wolves in total, but their primary target was the dragon. For this, the captain had already prepared a plan. He hired adventurers to stage a fake attack, in order to draw the magic wolves away. That way, they could slip in smoothly, and for extra safety before entering, the captain activated his exclusive silent skill, and only then executed the hunting plan. Everything went extremely well, which made Sasha very happy. Next, she only needed to find the protagonist, and figure out a way to kill him. However, in Ailey's eyes, this was rather laughable. This was only the opening act, and the moment the White Knight Order stepped into the giant tower, a teleportation spell activated, and scattered everyone. All that was left, was to wait for them to slowly climb their way up to the top.
Wait! Pretend to be my boyfriend for 2 weeks. I'll pay!
Romance, mystery, adventure, free to play.